now.
Anyway, let's read the statement. I'll read
10 minutes left of the deadline, the transfer window to go. There is an official announcement from Tottenham Hotspur. Take it away.
It says the club can confirm the departure of Serge Aurier following the mutual termination of his contract. He was signed from PSG in 2017. Serge made his debut in our 3-1 win against Dortmund in the Champions League before going on to make 110 appearances for the club, scoring 8 goals. Serge said, "I've really enjoyed my time at Spurs. I'd like to thank the club and the fans, but I feel now is the time is right for me to move on to a new challenge. We thank Serge for his services and wish him all the best." So that is official. Serge Aurier is no longer a Tottenham player. His contract has been cancelled and he is now free to join a club before the January transfer window on a free transfer. So I do wish him all the best. I don't think, obviously, when you're comparing him to Kyle Walker, who he was signed to replace, and he was signed to replace him for quite decent money, about 25 million. Obviously, he never lived up to that. But I don't think he was, by any means, a horrific right back. You know, I think we've definitely had a lot worse than him at the club. And I just think at the end of the day, when you're going for when he joined at the time he did join, which we just finished second in the league, we were looking to push on and become a club challenging for league titles and pushing on as a club. At the crucial times, he always let us down, giving away penalties, having inconsistent performances at times, and getting cards as well, red cards especially, which let us down a few times.
I felt though in the last year that was kind of eradicated from his game. Yeah, he gave away that silly penalty against Leicester, I think it was, but apart from that, last season, yeah, he had some poor performances, but by and large, he had an okay season last year, Serge.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible by any means. And when you're looking at, if you'd asked me at the end of last season if I wanted to cancel someone's contract, who would it be? Well, Aurier wouldn't have been top of my list.
Doherty above him, that's
Sissoko would have been above Aurier in terms of players I want to cancel their contracts. Aurier wouldn't have been one of my priorities to cancel their contract. I wouldn't have actually been upset if Aurier was our second choice right back. I don't think that's a bad option. But unfortunately, because he had a year left, he wanted to leave, and because we wanted to get a fee for him, and also I kind of feel like maybe he's contributing to some sort of toxicity in the dressing room. Maybe that's something Nuno's looking at as well, to just try and get him out of the dressing room.
La Mafia need to be gone.
All that kind of stuff. I guess that's why it's come to this.
I remember I said it at the time, like when all this like cliquey stuff was coming out, I was like, this doesn't sit right with me with the Welsh Mafia and La Mafia. And, you know, I remember having the conversation with you at the time. You didn't really think that, but, you know, it's come to light that it was very cliquey in that dressing room.
Yeah, I mean, clearly there was something going on with that. So I don't know if them being a mafia, or I don't know. I don't know if
the word mafia's got nothing to do with it, but I'm just saying hanging around in their little cliques.
Maybe. I don't know if it's alienating them from the rest of the team, but maybe it's contributing to them not getting the best out of each other. Maybe that's the kind of thing which, when you're looking to everyone driving each other on, maybe they were kind of, you know, were a bad atmosphere in the dressing room in that sense. So that I guess, look, Sissoko's gone, Aurier's gone, didn't get too much money for either of them. And it is a bit sad that it's had to end like that for Aurier, because I do think he's a decent player at the end of the day, but it's what it is. And I think it's important that we were ruthless. That's the most positive thing, that, you know, we wanted Aurier out of the door, and just because we couldn't find him a club, we still were ruthless in that aspect, and we signed Emerson. That's what I'm happy about, actually, because I think if Paratici wasn't here, and I get the feeling if this situation happened a couple of years ago, we would still have Aurier on our books and we wouldn't have got Emerson.
Of course.
So I'm happy there seems to be a bit of a change in mentality in that sense, that we got Emerson through the door regardless of what the situation was with Aurier. And, you know, with the fact we couldn't find Aurier a club meant we terminated his contract, and that was what we need to do for the best of the squad. And I feel like this is one of the first times I've seen Spurs looking at football ahead of economics for the first time. One of the first times anyway, which is positive. But look, we're losing a player who wasn't bad for us last season and was a decent servant for the club for when he was, but he just wasn't.
And we've got worse players in the squad still.
Definitely. So he wasn't the improvement or the replacement for Kyle Walker wanted him to be, but he was by no means a terrible player, I don't think.
Yeah, and also had the best song in the squad. So
Yeah.
we'll finish off with a final rendition just to say goodbye to Serge Aurier, and it was, he punched a copper in the nose. He had to Google Danny Rose. He hates Chelsea. He hates Chelsea. He hates Chelsea, and he hates Chelsea. And yeah,
That was a good
I loved
song.
Aurier. I really did love Aurier at times. I just it is what it is with Aurier. I thought he was a good right back, but I think probably it was time to go. He didn't want to be there for the last couple of years. So we say thank you for your service and goodbye. And I wish him best of luck in the future, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Emerson now.
And another confirmed departure, and that is Janil Bennett, has gone to League One side Crewe on loan until January. So I wish him the best of luck on loan. Obviously, he's famous for scoring the first ever goal in the new stadium against Southampton in that under-23s match. So that's Janil Bennett. That's Aurier. What were you about to say?
I can't remember what I was about to say, but what I will say is I actually think Aurier is quite a good free signing for someone to pick him up. I don't think that's a bad signing.
Yeah,
Aurier on a free.
I think Arsenal probably should have held off on Tommy Arsenal and gone for Aurier on a free.
Potentially, yeah. Wouldn't be a bad signing for someone like Arsenal or someone else in the Premier League if they want to get him. Because I really believe he's, as Alex Samuel says, I completely agree. He's probably like a between 10 and £13 million player right there.
Yeah.